That's a nice headline. I'm probably going to copy that word for word and use it as my headline on the video that I'm going to produce. Okay. The other thing I want to show you is I circled this little area here, which are the views. Now on YouTube, we can actually go out there and look at these views, and it'll be really interesting to look. Let's just speed forward in these. When I click on that, I'm going to be able to see the view count. Now here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if there's an upward slope or if there's a downward slope. In this case, you can see that there was a quick upward slope, sort of evened out, but then all of a sudden it started to go up again. Now, this is good because that means that the interest is still there and people are still coming out and watching this video. If I had a view that was going down instead of up, that would mean that interest is waning, and it's probably not the best video to imitate. But since this one's going up, let's go ahead and imitate it. Now let's go out there to that video one more time, if I can find it. And let's just take a look at that. It's been a couple of days since I put that together. It's now up to 6,385 views. We can take a look here. Yep, you can see the trend is still going up. And so this is a decent video to focus on. Now the other thing, going back into our presentation real quick, the other thing I want to show you are so we already said on the headline, we're going to stick with that, the content, categories, and tags. So here's the headline. I'm going to use that just as it is. Let's review the content real quick. So let's go take a look at that video, and here's what I'm looking at in the content. Trying to see what kind of content they have, and I already see a couple of problems with their content. One, if you watch the video, you realize that this content is all their script. It's just what they say in the video, but it's been copied here. Now there's a problem with this also, and you know, they do say that they're in Hermosa Beach, California, but they don't include their website, they don't include their phone number, they don't include their physical address. So, you know, if you are expecting people to find your business, you definitely want a phone number, a website, a physical address, you know, all of those things to help the user find you in real life, not just on YouTube. So I look at this content, I think there's some good stuff here. I'm probably going to take a bunch of it and use it in my own video, but do you know what the one thing that I really like about this? Look at this. This is going to make putting my video together easy because they give me 5 steps for doing this. Now what I see I can do is I can use these 5 steps as the basis for doing the video that I'm going to do that's going to show people how to do this treadmill interval training, and then I'm going to easily be able to put a video together and then use their same category, which is how to and style, and then use all of their same tags that are down here. All these tags look really good. So we've got the category and tags. We're going to use those just as they are. Now let's go ahead and get to the part where we create the video in Animoto. In Animoto, once you register and you log into Animoto, you're going to need to choose a theme, and I'll show you these. I'm just sort of giving you a heads up before we get in there. You need to choose a theme. You'll upload your graphics, and that's where Fotolia comes in. If you don't already have graphics, just go ahead and use the ones that you purchased from Fotolia. You'll want to add text. You'll want to choose music. You'll finalize the video. That'll do some, you know, editing and messaging customization, and then there's some advanced options that we'll take a look at also. So This is just the interface. I'm showing you some pictures to choose a theme. Animoto actually has a whole bunch of themes that you can choose from. These are really cool because each one of them has sort of a different effect and shows the pictures a little bit differently. For the video we're going to do tonight together, I like to use the proof sheet because it looks a little bit more edgy, and this gym that we're going to be advertising, they're considered an alternative gym. They have, boxing rings and cage fighting and the traditional weights and boot camps, and they have just all these different things. So I'm going to make it a little bit edgy for them. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to upload graphics, and I wanted to show you what the interface looks like on that. It's very easy. You can upload the graphics from your computer. So if you purchased graphics or images on Fotolia, you would save them to your computer and then just upload them here. You can select from their collection. They have a decent collection. I wouldn't say it's a lot, but they have a decent collection that you could look into. Or if you wanted to, you could retrieve from a different site. And I wanted to show you that as you upload the images, this is what happens. They start loading here in this grid. And if you want to add more pictures, you just click on that button and it'll allow you to add more pictures. If you want to add text, you just click on the T here where it says add text. That'll pop up in there, and then over here on the right hand side it'll show you a couple of fields where you can type in your text. Now you'll notice on the top line you can have 22 characters, not 22 words, 22 characters, and on the second line you get to have 30 characters. So you do have to think through a little bit what you're going to say on these videos, and you'll play around with a little bit, and suddenly you'll be a pro. Just wanted to show you what it looks like as you add more and more text and graphics. They just start filling up the grid, and on this last one here, I'm doing a real sugary type video just for this example. And then the next step, after you've gotten all of your images and all your text in there, you'll just click the Done button down here. And when you click the Done button, it'll take you to the next step, which is for you to select your music. You can either select from their collection or upload from your computer. I always select from their collection. They just have so much good music, and I don't have to worry about infringing on any copyrights when I choose from theirs because they've already taken care of that. Whereas if I upload it from my computer, I'm never really sure if I'm staying within copyright law or not. So I like to select from their collection. So I click on select from their collection. You can see they have different genres that goes from romantic all the way down to holidays. I always like to choose, personally, I like to choose instrumental because that way the words of the song don't always, need to match up with the actual video itself. Since it's just instrument, you can listen to it, get a feel for it, and make sure that it fits with the message that you're trying to give. And so when I click on the instrumental, or when I click on the genre, it'll take me into a whole playlist of songs that I can choose from. Now, I'm not going to be familiar with these artists or anything. There's no need for that. You can just hit the little play button here and it'll play a preview for you. And you can go through until you find a song that you like. Once you find that song, it'll load it into a screen where you can preview it again if you want, or if you're not sure you want it, you can change or check other ones, or if you're ready, go ahead and save and continue. Now I love these save and continue buttons because if I have to leave, I can always just save and continue and then come back and pick up where I left off. So once I hit save and continue, I will be put into the final phase, which is finalizing the video. And on the first part of this phase, you can see where I can increase the pace of the images or decrease the pace of the images. I can do full length or I can do short. Short will limit me to 30 seconds to a minute long. I can switch out my video style, and if I want to, or I can just leave it as is. And then here is one thing that I really like with the Pro package. This is where when I put a little check in this box, I can actually hide the Animoto logo. So none of my clients need to know that I'm using this great tool and none of my competitors need to know that I'm using this. They just think I'm creating these incredible videos and they can't figure out how it's done. So that's great. So I'm going to hit the continue button and then I'm going to customize my video. Now on this page, this is where you can give it a title, a description, producer name, and then at the bottom here where it says advanced options, this is actually only for the Pro account. This is the end of the video button title. So basically what that means is you can say click here to learn more, and when they click there, it'll take them to whatever URL you put here. So let's take a look at an example of, well, actually, let's go back real quick. Then I'll click on the Create Video button, and it will take me to an interface that looks like this, where I can sit there and watch it if I want. I can watch it processing, and then a color will pop into analyzing, and then a color will pop into the rendering circle, and I can just see that my video is being produced. Now I don't need to sit there and wait for it to be produced. It could take, usually it takes probably 5 to 10 minutes depending on how long your video is. But once it's done, they'll send you an email to let you know that it's done. So you're not a prisoner on your machine as Animoto produces these videos. You can move on and do other things. Once it has been created, you can preview your video, and if you like your video, I'm just going to say I previewed it. I wanted to show you what that final button looks like when you have the Pro account. See how I put in here, click to learn what love is? Well, they'll click on that button and it'll take them to the URL that I sent them to. Now, if I think that everything looks good, I can see that it's 26 seconds long. I like how it's got the URL of Insider Team up here. If I like everything, then I'm going to go ahead, or if I don't like everything, I can do a couple of things. I can use this video toolbox, just click on that, and in the video toolbox, this is where I can edit my video, I can delete this video, I can share it. This will give me a URL to share on Facebook or any other social media place. I can embed this video. If I click on the embed button, it's going to give me the code that I can put on my own website. Or if I want to export this video, which is what we want to do tonight, to YouTube, I just click on the export button. Now you'll notice also I've got my, since I have the Pro account, I can download the MP4, I can download the video to my hard drive, and I can also get physical DVDs at a cheaper account. But so right now let's just go ahead and click on export. What will happen when we click on export is there's going to be this screen that pops up, and I just want to say begin export to YouTube. When I do that, it's going to take me through a couple of steps where it just verifies the account that I need to upload it to on YouTube and gets my permission to do that. Okay, so once it's on YouTube, we're going to optimize it. Let's go ahead and stop here a second, and I want to just take you through an example of this so you can see just how easy it is to put these together. Now, I have started this already. I'm going to go ahead and continue. So it's going to take me into the screen where I've uploaded the pictures and the text, and so you can see here if I want to rearrange things, I can just pull them around or put them back, and basically what you're doing is you're creating a little video using a storyboard here. So I always like to start with the words, with the URL for the company, and their phone number, just want to make sure it's out there at the very beginning so people know how to get a hold of them.